Good evening to you. This is the News Lightly reporting live from the fresh, new, renowned hotspot of the nightclub scene, the ENOLA Coterie, here in the heart of West Yorkshire. The venue has reached new records as a business, with an astounding turnover each night as a result of taking the internet by storm, remaining viral for the past 7 weeks straight, with a total of 23 billion internet searches. Forget the Hacienda and Studio 54, the party animals want here.
This is News Nightly reporting from inside the ENOLA Coterie, the trendy new night spot that has distinguished itself as preeminent in the realm of nightlife for its commitment to safety and both innovative and unconventional measures to prevent any kind of misconduct. This is not your average night out. Every guest is to take up their place on the dance floor upon arrival. The club has strategically marked out individual spots for each guest to ensure that everyone can get lost in the music without having to compromise safety. A rather unique approach. Now we speak to 27-year-old Jenny Adams, the founder of the ENOLA Coterie, to find out what lies at the foundation of the global success and what exactly these unusual rules are fabricated from.
Jenny, thank you so much for joining us here on News Nightly. Congratulations on such an accomplishment. The things you've managed to achieve in only a matter of years, it's really quite astounding.
Oh goodness, thank you.
I mean, to create an entirely new wave in the nightclubbing scene through such bizarre rules, to regulate a place so strongly associated with freedom and liberty, and to not only have it work but rise up to record-breaking scales. You have proven to the world that safety is not the antithesis of fun at the ENOLA Coterie.
Oh, wow, thank you. Gosh, you really make me sound like some sort of clubbing superwoman. I'm very flattered.
No, really. You're like one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our generation. Your work is phenomenal. I mean, you've managed to lower rates of spiking by an astonishing 67%. That is no small deal.
Well, when you put it that way.
So how does it feel to see so much success out of such an unconventional idea? What's this period been like for you?
Gosh, well, it's just been absolutely beyond my wildest dreams. Just out of this world. I mean, just seeing so many young people literally travelling across the country to come and experience it, thousands and thousands of people across social media, it warms my heart so much because this place was meant for them, so that they can leave any sort of past fear around nightlife at the door and come in and fully immerse themselves in the music and the lights, knowing that their safety is guaranteed here. And it means so much knowing that they trust us with that too.
And why these rules in particular? You chose some quite extreme measures, Jenny. What made you believe that they would work the best?
Gosh, well, issues like spiking and sexual misconduct are subjects that I hold very close to me. They're very personal to me and I hold them very close to my heart. I guess I wanted to think about what allows these issues to happen. People being too close to each other, people in invasion of space, drinks being too accessible, there being too much room at the top of a glass to slip something in. And I guess I just thought, what if we made it impossible for it to happen that way? So the spiker is powerless that way. So the guests can still enjoy the atmosphere in that way, being the music and the lights and still being surrounded by each other.
Fantastic. I notice you mentioned these very issues such as spiking and sexual misconduct are deeply important to you. They hold personal value to you? Could you elaborate on what you mean by that?
I guess I know a few people who have experienced it, very, very close to me, friends and relatives. I mean, I suppose if you ask any woman to give an example of a time she was sexually violated in some way, she'd be able to. I mean, the stats are 1 in 4 women, for Christ's sake, you know? And spiking has been on the rise in recent years, particularly with needles. I mean, some of the stories you hear are just horrific. Knowing what some of the people closest to me have been through and how it's made them feel, some of the things that they've had to do to cope, it makes me so angry. It infuriates me.
Jenny?
Yes?
Forgive my curiosity, but if the stats are 1 in 4, you clearly care about this on a very intense and personal level. What is the relationship to the club with you?
Like I said, the people I care about most have experienced some of the worst instances of it. The ENOLA Coterie is a place for them to take back what they feel they always should have had, and that is safety.
Jenny, I'm asking you to share your experience. I'm asking you to share what you, yourself, have experienced.
My experience, yeah, I guess it was a few years ago now, around 3 years ago. It was on a night out with my boyfriend Mitch. It was Mitch's 22nd. We'd gone out on a bar crawl to celebrate with his 2 mates. We were having a really good time, it was nice. One thing led to another as they do, and before we knew it, we were absolutely wasted going into this club. Mitch and his mates were a little less drunk than me, I do admit. I felt very safe in that moment. Yeah, not at all like I was facing any kind of threat anyways.
Jenny, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Jenny, Jenny, Jenny. Can you hear me? Jenny. Yeah, stop. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head off.
Where are we going? What are you doing?
Just follow me. It's gonna be fine.
I don't feel well. What's
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Shh. It's fine. Honestly.
No.
It's fine.
What's wrong? What's wrong with me?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
What are we doing?
Shh. Now, Jenny. We're almost home. Not far now. Come on. Shh. It's gonna be fine.
I don't like it. What's wrong? Where are we going?
Shh. Shut up. Stop asking questions. Just be quiet. For God's sake.
No.
Is she alright?
Yeah, she just had a few too many.
I just don't like it.
God,
What's
stop
wrong?
moaning. It's fine.
No.
Stop worrying about it.
No.
Shh. Just follow me. It's gonna be fine.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
No, stop it. Stop it. No, stop. Are we at the stairs? Where are we going? What are you doing? I don't feel well. What's I just want to go to sleep, Mitch. Mitch, no. No, stop it. I don't like it. Why are you touching me? Stop. Take it. I don't want to. Please, Mitch, no. I just want to go to sleep. I had absolutely no recollection of what happened the night before when I woke up. I had no idea how I got there or what he did to me. I only knew what he'd done when I found my skirt and my underwear laying next to me on the bed. I just remember feeling so disgusting. I'd never felt so afflicted in my own skin. I always thought of myself as very strong too, you know. I kind of thought I was invincible, but you shouldn't even feel like you have to always be strong in front of the person you love, and that's what tore me to pieces. He took my trust and my put-down guard and my vulnerability and used it for his own desires and his own pleasure. And if that's not enough to make you feel completely worthless and insignificant, then I don't know what is. But, that was 100% without a doubt the darkest period of my entire life. And it lasted years too. It felt like that light at the end of the tunnel was a tiny speck in the distance that was constantly moving further and further away from me. The idea of living with the trauma just felt very impossible. I genuinely did not think I would be here to tell this story. Like, living with it didn't seem like a viable option.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jenny. What a sadly poignant story. I'm sorry for everything you went through. It's just so devastating. But this story isn't a unique one too. Thousands have gone through the same thing.
Yeah, that's why I really wanted to focus on the togetherness of the club. Because that's a feeling you really feel like you lack when you've been through that experience. It's a feeling that I really wish I had more of during my recovery. And that is the whole meaning of the name too. ENOLA meaning alone and coterie meaning a group of people with similar interests.
Ah, clever.
Yeah, I did quite well with that one, didn't I? Everyone who works here has also been through a similar experience too.
It was my best mate's 18. She stuck it in my arm and told me that was how it's done. Woke up a week later in the hospital. They told me I was lucky to be there, and there was a point where they didn't think I would be.
The girl I was dating and I went out for some drinks. Normal Friday night out for us, you know. Nothing felt off. Then this huge rush just came over me, and it all became a blur. She had an ulterior motive to get me into her bed that night. The paranoia it left me with... never really wanted to leave the house again.
I used to really love clubbing. The lights, the music. I loved that I could just go lose myself in all of that. It was somebody I didn't know. The next morning, I was told the police found me heavily under the influence on the side of the motorway. It was horrifying.
We all always say to each other that the ENOLA Coterie is not just a place of joy and liberty and security, but a place where people who have had something taken from them can come together to feel whole again.
Thank you so much for joining us, Jenny.
It's been a pleasure.
That's all we have time for tonight at the ENOLA Coterie here on News Nightly. Join us again tomorrow night, where we'll be talking to some environmentalists and their extremist approaches to activism. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.